Playday number 3. We have Gia against Sven. Dragonshire is our first map in the best of 3 series. The Banshee Cup Season 2, everybody. $2,500 are on the line. 1,500 will be split amongst the top 3 teams. And then we have 1,000 that go into the bounty pool. Now again, some of you might not be familiar with this yet. These are the bounties. So, bounties are pretty much just things, if you complete any of these, you will take part in, well, you get part of the bounty pool. In season number 1, we experimented for the first time with the concept, and then we gave a fixed amount of money to teams that completed it. But we wanted to adjust things. We took feedback from the players, from the audience, and I think we have a really cool concept now and have changed it slightly. So we have a bounty pool of $1,000, and every single time that a team completes a bounty, they get a ticket for the bounty pool. And then at the end of the entire tournament, depending on how many bounties you completed, depending on how many bounties other teams completed, you get your share out of those $1,000. It's actually pretty sweet in the sense that it incentivizes teams. The less bounties have been played, the higher your incentive is to play a bounty, simply because you get a bigger share of the pot, obviously, at that point. Now, if teams are going to go for it, this is all optional, this is not mandatory. Teams can just say like, nah, I don't really care. We just want to go for the tournament victory. And that's totally fine, but you have the option to do it. 2 teams have already completed bounties. So we've seen Cho'Gall once in a bounty. Well, actually, we've seen Cho'Gall multiple times, but by the same team. And you can only complete a bounty once as a team. So they completed the Cho'Gall bounty. Dequaza completed the Gazlo bounty. And yeah, well, there's that. So something to think about. Teams have to make that decision. What is more important to them? I mean, it's really a risk-reward calculation at the end of the day. And puts an additional layer on top of things. So I kind of like it. Now, we got Junkrat and Lucio banned out quickly. This is game number 1, obviously, between the 2 teams right now. So we'll see what they can do. Only one draft rule. Every hero can only be played a single time within a series. So the 10 heroes that you see on map number 1 cannot be played again in the entire series. Sylvanas gets banned. The entire tournament is named after her. The Banshee Queen. So, the Banshee Cup. And she gets banned time and time again. They kind of misunderstood what the ban stands for in that name. Anyways, Blaze as the first pick for Team Sven. And now that I'm actually looking at it, team names are wrong. That fucker didn't change the sides. I told him! I told him you are gonna switch the sides, and he just didn't. Insane! These guys are lazy as hell. This happened the second time today already. I told them switch the sides, and they're just like, ha ha ha, let's see if Khaldor pays attention. Even told them that they have to pay attention to the first pick swap. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I told them wrong. No, I didn't. I told him Gia is on the left. Insane. Somebody needs to be slapped. If I remember correctly, I sometimes mix some of these guys that are coming from Sweden up. I think he's like an entire... Like, he's so much taller than me. I would probably need a little bit of a stool in order to slap him in the face in the first place. So, pretty dumb idea. But yeah, ridiculous. So, Dehaga and Brightwing already found them on the left side. We got Blaze, Jojo, fantastic. Frontline, of course, has been fantastic for ages. These 2 in combo are amazing, and breaking through them is difficult. We got Hanzo now, and our final ban on the blue team side. We get Rega. Only one with a global. Are they gonna go for Falstad, or what are they doing? I mean, you still have a lot of heroes with mobility, of course, since this is game number 1. You could still go for Genji, for example. But normally on Dragonshire, you're really trying to either get a global on the side lane, and with 2 globals against them, you wanna have some mobility at least. Try and help up at the top. So yeah. Either way, Tracer is now banned out. And next 2 picks for the blue team. We had amazing games so far in this tournament. A lot of back and forth. I like the Captain's Draft. Captain's Draft is always... Now, Captain's Draft is nice every now and then. Every tournament a Captain's Draft would be insanely boring. It comes with a lot of disadvantages too, but it definitely has some advantages. And one of the advantages of running a Captain's Draft style tournament is that the teams are getting completely mixed. You don't really know going in who is strong, who's a bit on the weaker side, and everybody just has to figure it out. And it can create really cool moments, and we had a lot of very close games as a result. Now there's disadvantage to the Captain's Draft style as well, but you could definitely tell that this is pretty sweet. Now, do I want to run every tournament with this? No, we've done it in the past, obviously over the last couple of years several times, but it's nice to mix things up every now and then. Vala gets taken together with Muradin. We have Anduin and Maiev on the other side, so Maiev always super, super dangerous, you know. And we get our final pick for the blue team, for Team Sven, who doesn't know where left and right is, but he definitely knows how to play this game. So Sven with the final pick goes for Genji, and that leads us into game number 1 on Dragonshire. Game number 1, the best of 3 series kicks off on Dragonshire, and on the left side we have Sven on Genji, Ether on Muradin, Captain Rex is playing Brightwing, we got Arion on Vala, and Sedath on Dehaka. On the right side of the map, Skok with Jojo, we got Richu on Blaze, currently looking at Xavalosh on Anduin, subbing in today for the team, Sereni on Maiev, and Gia is playing Hanzo. So, let's get the party started over here. Let's see which team is going to be able to lock in the W in game number 1 and take the lead in the series. Vala played a lot more lately, actually, even with solo support, and is now playing auto attacks once again. So, pretty happy about this. By the way, in case that you guys are not familiar what a Captain's Draft is pretty simple. Players sign up individually for this tournament, not as teams, and then we had more than 100 signups. And then the players voted on 8 captains, and after that the 8 captains drafted out of that player pool their teams. So right now we have 8 teams that play in the first phase of the tournament, a full round robin, and will then continue to a group stage where we are going to play best of 5s. And it's all in all just pretty sweet. There's a lot of scrimming going on as the teams are just trying to, you know, just get a little bit of a routine together with each other, and yeah, just get to know their playstyles, try and develop a couple of strategies. That's also one of the disadvantages, of course, that comes in, because you're basically looking at teams that are newly formed and are not having as much synergy as an established team. Even if we sometimes see these switches from one tournament to another, where maybe one player gets swapped out, it's a lot easier if you are looking at a situation, you know, where you're just having to swap out one player or 2 than if you have 5 form a completely new team. So that's kind of what's going on here right now. Anduin goes down. He's the one to be taken apart here. And well, he gets followed very quickly by a second kill, and that goes against Maiev. So Maiev is also gone. That's a double kill to kick things off for the blue team. Nicely done. A bit of a push happening over here too, towards the wall. They're obviously hoping to capitalize on those kills by taking some of the structures out on the red team side. Exactly what's happening here. Yeah, another hit is already coming. Good for them. And let's see how much more they can do here. For a moment I thought they might even have a chance to get another kill. Move in and, for example, take Johanna down here, get a third one, and just like building that momentum train. Arion has now 40 stacks, which is pretty sexy at 2 minutes in. So yes, Vala has been killing it on the auto attacks. Getting a lot of target practice in here, right at the beginning of the game. But yeah, good opening. Good opening for Team Sven, for sure. Now, Gia and his boys, of course, they're still only a little bit behind in experience. They're still super early in the game. They go up against 2 globals, though. Makes it a bit tricky, potentially. And they're already trying to go for the first Dragonite here. Maybe a little bit optimistic, considering that he was sitting right next to Blaze at the time. At the bottom, they're attempting now to retake at least one of the shrines to relieve some of the pressure that they're experiencing with this. It's not really a problem for them. But yeah, that would have been quite a thing. Blaze just for some reason going totally brain AFK and allowing Dehaka to get the channel through. Would have been kind of funny. But yeah, none of that is happening. But now, okay, he was trying to go back in. But at the top, we already have Skok taking over. So it's just a ring around the rosy place where everybody is just like trying to get themselves into a spot where they can maybe control both. Oh, Muradin goes down. Where they can maybe control both of the shrines and then sneak in a Dragonite. But so far, both teams have been paying attention. Muradin goes down. That's the first kill for the red team. And Gia and his team are now at the bottom of the map taking control. There's a few more camps that they can claim. Not really a lot of fights happening after this. Vala hasn't gotten a chance to get a whole lot more stacks together. He's sitting at 47 and therefore very close to the next reward that she can unlock for herself. With the Gambit quest, you have that added attack speed that you try to maintain for as long as you possibly can, just so that you have, with level 16, an even bigger edge over your opponent thanks to the auto attacks that you can bring in. But yeah, attack still coming over here, down at the bottom of the map this time. Vala, yeah, gets sucked in for a moment, but she's also bringing the pain, specifically against Hanzo, who gets crushed. Oh, that turned quickly. And specifically Hanzo had a pretty bad time here for just a moment. Vala gets a full triple kill out of this, but take another look at that little play here. Hanzo thought he was out. Look at this. Hanzo jumps out and then Genji comes in immediately. Boom! Vala teed it up for him and then still got the kill. So now it's 5 kills to 1. And Sven's team, that was big. I mean, that was a pretty big one. If you're just getting a kill or two, that's fine. But right now, you're looking at tons of damage done. 9 to 8. I mean, it's half-level lead still, but there's obviously an amount of momentum that comes with this. There's nearly a level lead now that they're picking up some of the minion waves too. They're hoping to get an objective, which at least for now is denied to them. But huge setback for the red team. Level 10, once that it kicks in, is obviously another problem too. So yeah, down at the bottom of the map, we're already having now Muradin jumping out. I mean, it's always trying to create a numbers advantage on the lane so that he can take control over one of the shrines top side. The blue team has done the same, and they were even able to take Blaze out, so that's good for them. And off we go. So, by now, what else are we getting? Can they finally get both controlled? Seems like it. Mid lane is still in a position... Okay, seems like Jojo's trying to go towards the top. Brightwing could slow it down a bit with the poly, hasn't done that so far. Vala going up against Maiev together with Genji. Still opened that up, and I guess technically they could still have tried in the middle of the map to force another battle, since a few of the red team's heroes were sitting there making sure that nobody could go for the Dragon Knight in the time frame where both were controlled by the opposing team. So yeah, Blessed Shield, Light Bomb, they want everything on Brightwing. And I can absolutely understand that. If you want to go for Trashwing, you have to use everything. That Fruit Fly infestation is insanely difficult to beat, so you committing fully to it is the only way to really deal with it. Shurikens from Genji, not hitting either. No Shuriken connects whatsoever, and Dragon Knight #1 does not go to the blue team. No, it is actually Team Gia that locks in the first objective. They might have not been successful in team fights and by pushing the map so far, but they certainly were able to get the first Dragon Knight. Still losing Anduin though. Yeah, Anduin is gone, so he's eliminated. A little bit of a push here. Gia survives, but Brightwing doesn't. Was trying to get out here. Now the Haka with a bit of a drag that he tries to connect, and Muradin has to actually avatar up because he was about to get his ass kicked. Literally and figuratively. Yeah, he would have definitely died there. Oh well, there was a big chance of him dying, so instead he was like, okay, this is too humiliating. It's not even about me dying and my death timer being lower than my cooldown for my ult, but if I die like that, nobody is ever gonna let that go. That's gonna be a thing for years to come, so I'll just burn the cooldown. Good choice, by the way. I would have done the same thing. I don't care if the death timer is a third of the ult cooldown. No. In that situation, there's only one choice. You don't want to be the guy that got kicked his ass, whose ass got him killed. Yeah, not really. Okay, so with that, we're now having 7 kills, 2-3, and down at the bottom of the map, action still ongoing here. So yeah, Gia starting to move in. Sereni is still there too. 7 kills to 3 now overall. With damage, we are sitting at 18,000 for Hanzo. And on top of that, we're also having 19,000 for Vala. So the 2 top damage dealers are still sitting tight here. Level 13 is ready for the 2 of them. And no fort destroyed yet. I mean, it's definitely slowed down a little bit. Blue team initially had a big advantage and a big lead here, but now with the red team getting the first objective, they've lost some of that at least. Still an advantage in experience, but it's nothing crazy anymore. Damage done here. Arian, okay. They're putting pressure on Maiev. They have the minion wave that comes in with it. This is the wave clear question, just simply. With Maiev being able to just chunk down the entire minion wave so quickly, there's nothing really in regards to damage that can do in that situation. So now what we're seeing instead is another play being made for the bottom. They're flanking in, trying to get the damage done here. Yeah, so far so good. There comes the light bomb. They're coming in again. Bunker's already out. Sereni has to jump out too. Was in trouble there for just a moment. But nobody died yet. Vala with the second quest reward now completed. Still hasn't died, so can really chunk out damage very, very easily at this point. Which is pretty much exactly what they're doing. Rain of Vengeance comes in with a stun. Vala goes down though, loses 5% of her attack speed. And this is Maiev gone. Nice. Kill for kill. Still a worthy trade for Team Gia since they took Vala out. So that's some of her attack speed down the drain. Obviously, they're going to hope to build on that and kill her a couple more times in order to completely destroy all of this. Another Dragon Knight is, by the way, up for grabs, at least potentially, as they're starting to move in at the top. Double control is in. Blaze hasn't made a move for it just yet. Slowly working towards it. Okay. And, well, let's see. All the way up at the top. As the attacks go. Yeah, the Dragon, the Haka connects, and that's of course then the end of him. So nice. With that, they're not only able to deny the Dragon Knight to the red team, but they're also able to get another kill. They have the level 16 talent, so they're still ahead in experience and trying to capitalize on this. Stun into stun. Nice. Light bomb. Good. X strike to dodge it, and a nice and sweet finishing move from Genji. That was pretty cool. He dodged the light bomb explosion with his X strike. Check this out again. I think probably Anwen would have died anyways, but this was still well done. Light bomb comes in, X strike, bam, doesn't get the kill, dodges the stun though, and then can come in with the last auto attack and drops him right there. Now they can go for the Dragon Knight. They already took one of the forts out, and they go for the Siege Giants. So, yeah, pretty sweet. Level 16 talent soon going to be ready also for Team Gia, but Vala already has Manticore, which is of course a huge win. Still has to deal with a blind a bit, and they're really hating on Vala at this point. The Haga gets the Dragon Knight, by the way. So yep, they have one, but we at least have 2 kills against Vala. So for Team Gia, from their perspective, at least they're taking the auto attack speed away from her. She still has decent stacks. Very rarely are you able to keep both, but they got the kill here. And keep in mind, Vala also doesn't have a double support behind her, which you oftentimes see with that build. So yeah. It's inevitable that you're gonna die. You will at some point. So, yeah. Now, with that said and done, having another Jet Propulsion connect. Trying to go for Ether here. Brightwing to the rescue. Also, Avatar is out. Brightwing has to also jump away. Blessed. The hammer's everywhere right now. Yeah, Blessed Hammer is just rotating around here. And they're... Oh, Muradin! Damn! Not bad. Genji wants to kill on Anduin and misses it by 1 hit. 1 single hit. Yeah, Dehaga goes down. They still want Anduin, and they finally get him. The Crybaby is gone, but they're tethering Muradin, and he gets dropped as well. 11 kills, 2-7. Arrow gets dodged, as Gia got a little bit greedy here. Was hoping to get a Brightwing kill. And they're still not giving up on this. They're coming in from the side. They're fully flanking this. Damn, they're greedy now. Wow. Brightwing, the only survivor in that slaughter. Full-on slaughter, and Brightwing, the only one that survives it. So now we have 8 kills to 11 at this point. And yeah, they're just all going crazy right now. 46,000 damage for Hanzo, 40,000 for Genji. Blaze is back at the top lane. Seems like the game is at least, I don't want to say slowing down, but everybody's taking a deep breath once again. And honestly, given the circumstances here, it is kind of amusing. Now it's 18 versus 18. Kill count is nearly negated. The one big difference between the two teams is still that fort at the bottom of the map that was taken out earlier. That's the one thing that they were able to do. Yep, shrines will then be activating again. And maybe another Dragon Knight. So far, the Dragon Knights had 0 impact. They were basically taken out the second that they were spawned. I mean, early game Dragon Knights obviously are not really the most powerful anyways. Then you go up against heroes like Hanzo, who can jump down those hit points super quickly. Not a lot to do there for them. But yep, here comes another attack at the bottom of the map. And also, ooh, Richu is not going for it. Richu, yep, okay, there it is. Yes! Harry the Archer! The Archer denies the Dragon Knight. They would have gotten this one. He actually, I think he expected somebody to come in from the top, and now the Archer shut this down, gave them enough time to take the control over the bottom shrine. That was kind of funny. Sometimes Winions, you know? Yeah, big Winion play here. That was pretty funny. The Archer comes in and does this thing. Level 20 any moment now for the blue team. It's actually kind of fascinating to me. We're about to hit level 20. We are 15 minutes in, and the only structure that has been destroyed is a single fort at the bottom of the map. Vala with Farflight Quiver now. Mirrodin. Running straight into Jojo here. Disc is out, okay. But Serenia is not going to be able to do anything about it. Alright, now they don't want to fight. There's no level 20. Look how Vala is just melting Jojo away if there's no blind. So, Anduin saves the day for them. But still a tough spot to be in. I mean, yep. Can they get the Dragonite? At least with that advantage? And the answer is, yeah, maybe. And, yep. So, now we're at a 15-minute DK. Still not insane, but a little bit stronger. Obviously playing around the ability more so than anything else. Just trying to get some Dragon's Breath through the occasional auto attack if you can make it. But now that the team is pushing in with them, they are still kind of fine here. But yeah, so attacks keep happening. They're starting to make a few more plays on this. And yeah, let's see how far they can go here. Can they maybe take the entire thing down? I mean, the entire thing I might drop the fort if you can. Try and make a move there. But already the next... Oh, the arrow! And this one connected. Yep, this one connected hard. Okay. Another quick move down to the bottom of the fort, but they can't get the kill here. So Dragon Knight again destroyed. Brightwing is dead. They're trying to go for a follow. They want to go for Vala, and she makes it. Vala gets out. Didn't get Hanzo on the way back out or anything. Sven soaked most of the damage here with Genji. Totally intentional, of course. And now the counter-attack. Gia and Sven, I mean, but damn, these guys, they're really fighting tooth and nail for victory in game number 1. Brutal displays here. Currently, we have the Siege Giant camp taken. Genji's back up to the top. There's only one team that has globals, by the way. Still something that could play a role as the game continues. If they're controlling the side lanes as much as they can. So, yeah. Alright, Genji's already starting to come out. And there's the Blessed Shield. This is too much. Yep, this is in... Oh my god, they're swarming them. And they still can't get the kill, can they? Yeah. I could have sworn they would be able to take him down, but no. Instead, Anduin falls. They went a little bit too deep, and they might lose more heroes, specifically as Maiev is attempting to escape, but Sereni is not making it. That's another kill. Mirrodin was hoping to lock down Blaze long enough to drop him too, but that didn't work out. They got 2 kills out of this, so this is still fantastic. And now the chance to take out the fort in the middle. Maybe even drop some of the hit points at the keep at the bottom of the map, as the catapult is already for it. So yeah, top side. Sedath is now moving in with the hug. Again, globals. Make the global play, push a lane out, and then come in on the back end for the next fight. Once that Anduin and Maiev are back. Until then, he can push the top side forward without a problem at all. Get the catapult onto the structure if you can, but if not, just auto attack. Firefly Quiver, nice range right now, allowing Vala to attack from a distance. Hanzo not even connecting the shots properly here. But yeah, Vala is just padding her stacks a little bit and slowly getting the keep destroyed. Won't be able to take the entire thing out, but the Haka is now going for the next objective, and nobody's stopping him because everybody's pinned down on the red team's base. The Haka gets it. The Haka has it. Dragonite is on the way, and there is no chance to maintain that keep. There shouldn't be. They might have to wait for the next minion wave that's already coming through the bot lane, but the keep has to go now. We're currently having... I mean, we're currently at 90 minutes into the game. This Dragon Knight is highly unlikely to end the game, unless they're getting kills. But I think the next one definitely has a chance here. So the question is still how they want to play this. They can try and go for core here, maybe do a little bit of damage, but you can already tell it's getting taken out way too quickly. Way too quickly. Vala with 200 stacks now, more auto attack damage. Genji got disked. They can't get a kill. Oh, the drag, maybe now? They're trying to go... Oh, the tether into the light bomb. Oh my god. 3 down, and they're going for the rest. They stood too long, and that's a 5-man wipe. Oh, maybe Murden gets away? Does he have his cooldown? Yep, he does. And runs straight into Jojo. That's unlucky. That is highly unlucky. Guys, we just had a tether into a light bomb. Have a look at this. There we go. There's the light bomb, jet propulsion, tether right into it, and then everybody is dead. So, Team Sven was on the verge of winning the game, and now they are on the verge of losing it. So, that could get nasty. Do they have the damage output to take it down in time? 17 seconds for the Haka? Yeah, I'm sorry. This is likely gonna be it. Genji in 10, the Haka in 9, Vala in 18, Brightwing in 14. Ooh, it's not looking good, is it now? They're trying, but the bunker is also still there. They're burning this down quickly. Maybe they can defend it. It's unlikely, but maybe. Do they have a shot? Anything? They're trying. 1 down. It's not enough. No. GG, 14 kills to 14, and Team Gia takes the lead in the best of 3.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Well, that was a comeback. We are going into game number 2. Infernal Shrines is our next map, and game number 1. I think Team Sven thought they had it. I mean, they were debating going for core. Try to see, can we kill a hero? Can we get some momentum? End the game. And then they just stayed a little bit too long and got mega punished for it. Jet propulsion stun into a tether, into a light bomb. Damn. I think they lost 2 of their heroes immediately, and then a 3rd one shortly after that. The entire team got wiped in the end, and that allowed Team Gia to just cross the map and end it all. So, nicely done. Great job by the red team. Now we're going into the second map, which might be the last one for Playday number 3 for these 2 teams. So, yeah, let's see what Sven can now do in Infernal Shrines. They went for first pick, first ban. So if you're unfamiliar with the concept, what happens after a map is over, the loser has a choice. They can decide to go into first pick, first ban, or they can decide the map. 90% of the time, the losing team will decide to go for first pick, first ban, and then the loser chooses the map, and that's the loser will decide for first pick, first ban, and the winner decides the map, and this is exactly what we see here. So Team Gia has gone for Infernal Shrines, and yeah, off we go. It's match point. Match point for the red team. Could see a 3-mapper, of course, but it all hinges on the blue team's ability to take the W right now. And yeah, we'll see if they can actually do that. I mean, Mephisto banned, Junkrat banned, 2 great heroes for Infernal Shrines, but plenty of options still. I would like to see something a little bit cheeky from Team Gia here too. Also, don't forget, they are playing with the sub today. They've actually talked about this, so well, actually, to be fair, both teams are currently with the sub. I haven't really gone too heavily into this. So first of all, we have Xavalosh subbing in on the side of Team Gia, and Nano isn't playing for Team Sven, which is why Sadath is playing. Again, subs are taken from the player pool. Players that weren't chosen. Sylvanas is the first pick. It's exactly where she needs to be. That's the priority right there. First pick potential, of course. Yeah, I've been talking a little bit about like captain's drafts, normal tournaments. One of the advantages that you have with the captain's draft is also that you get to see a couple of players that you might normally not see. One of the disadvantages again is level of play is a little bit lower just because the teams don't have as much experience with each other, but it's nice to shake things up every now and then. And who knows, some of the players that we see in the tournament here might make it then into the regular teams and be play a bit more often, or be used as subs in the future a bit more often, depending how well they vibe with the teams and the rest of the players here. So yeah, but it's kind of funny and pretty cool to just figure out, you know, which teams are the top teams right now, who's doing well, what's happening. Malfurion and Garrosh, so already a nice combo for them. Quick flip into a Malfurion root. Sylvanas, be it with a Punisher or without a Punisher, always able to push this out massively. And yeah, kind of curious what Gia plays. Gia could bust out his Carrigan. This is a good map for it. So could definitely try and go for the Carrigan play after he just played Maiev. And that would be the next one. One of them, of course. But yeah. So Tracer gets banned out. Malfurion would, of course, also synergize very well with her. There still needs to be a side laner for the blue team. Not that there's a shortage of side laners that are still available. Chromie banned. Yeah, now a little bit of a moment of truth. What is Gia going to log in for himself? Is he going to wait and log in as the last pick here? Or are we going to get something from him right now? You also need damage. I mean, come on, boys. You got to come in with something. Are we going to see some mages? Gul'dan going to be played? Is somebody going to bust out Stitches, Alexstrasza? I guess for that it's already a bit too late with Malfurion Rhaegar, so bounties are probably not going to be played here. Oh, they go for a Diablo Medivh. That kind of shuts down any kind of ideas with Carrigan. So they go for a Leyline combo, and Gia is a solid Medivh too. Not too bad. But I'm curious what the damage dealer is. I expected someone to pick Gul'dan. It's a good map for him. If you already want to go for a mage, that would be the one. Zeratul and Falstad. Okay. Didn't have Zeratul on my bingo card for this game. That's interesting. Zeratul Falstad for them right now. Alright. I'm intrigued. Not what I expected. That leaves us our last pick. Sereni has to choose here. So we need the damage dealer for the team. So far they have Diablo, Medivh. I mean, they could also go for them auto attack style. If they want to do that, then Greymane would be a nice choice here. But here's Gul'dan. Again, I talked about him earlier. He makes a lot of sense on the map, and they go for him. Game number 2. Match point number 1 for Team Gia, Infernal Shrines. Game number 2. Team Sven against Team Gia. We find ourselves on Infernal Shrines as Ether plays Falstad for the blue team, and they attempt to force game number 3. We have over on the left side also Sven on Sylvanas, Sedath on Zeratul, Captain Rex with Malfurion, and Arian is playing Garrosh. Right side of the map, Richu with Leoric. We got Gia on Medivh, Sereni on Gul'dan, Skog on Diablo, and Xavalosh is playing Rhaegar. Let the games begin. Gia, we're going to keep our eyes on the baseline stacks for Medivh, and we got a Fellflame build for Gul'dan. So basically we've seen it all. We had on this play day the Saki build, we had Fellflame build now, and we had a full-on Echoed Corruption build with Ruinous Affliction. So yeah, all of them. Level 1 we get Shadow Hunter, so Might of the Nerazim as the level 10 choice is pretty much inevitable here. No weird combos with Void Prison into Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas or anything on those lines. Nearly a kill against Garrosh. Yeah, so he already had a little bit of a tough time here. And it's Diablo. Oh, yeah, that's the problem that you face. Thankfully for them, they're playing with Medivh, so he could get out. This is the beauty when you have Diablo and Medivh on the same team. You have first and foremost, of course, the potential combo with the Leyline into Apocalypse, which we have seen. Not necessarily the most reliable all the time, but you can definitely play it if you want to. You don't have to, though. But you can engage very aggressively. Someone like Skog would not attack that way against Garrosh if he didn't know that Medivh is sitting right behind it. So he knows that if he gets flipped over the wall, Medivh is just going to save him. And they're keeping their cooldowns, obviously, accordingly to that. But yeah, that's what Medivh is for. It allows Diablo to go so much deeper, so much more aggressive. And it can catch the opponent also off guard. There might be a couple of plays that they just don't expect because of it. And then you have a chance to get a quick kill in. So yeah, definitely a few of the things that you always need to pay attention to. Now Falstad sitting in the middle of the map and dealing with the first camps here, as the red team is trying to go for the neutral camp at the bottom of the map. Each team already took the one on their side of the map. And we're getting Darkness Descents. Okay. So a little bit of an attack speed bonus here for Zeratul. Now he's definitely going a bit out there with his build. Maybe a little bit of a preference pick for the player as well. Big rotation. Hoping to catch Falstad, which, spoiler alert, didn't work. Indomitable for Garrosh as usual. And they're trying to go for Medivh, but it's all about Gia. If you have a good Medivh player on your team, Medivh is just so annoying. He is so annoying for an opponent. So yes, he is going to try and ruin their plays time and time again here. And at least for now, he's doing a pretty stellar job with it. It's not really a whole lot that has happened just yet, so we're not looking at a game where it's absolutely bonkers of how much he's like helping them with his portal rotations or anything. But you can definitely expect that over the course of the game we're going to see a few more moves like this, where he is just going to start to destroy people completely. Unless Gia is totally brain farting on this one. But right now, things are looking pretty okay. We haven't seen a single kill yet, by the way. So, not a single kill for this just yet. First objective is up, though. Not everybody is going for it. We still have a few plays being made up at the top, where Ether is now starting to push in for this, of course, too, as you can see. So down here, the blue team has slowly started to try and take over a bit in an attempt to get themselves a chance for the first Punisher. Fight is starting to break out as we have the portal coming in, and Captain Rex gets attacked and Volfurin is gone. Blue team loses the first hero in this game. Nicely done, sweet play, and that is not only first blood, but very likely also is going to mark the first Punisher for Team Gia. They are gonna grab it right here. So, yeah, nicely done. Good job for them. And this is gonna get pretty dangerous, potentially, at the bottom of the map, because, well, we have an Arcane Punisher right now. Only a single kill. Not really a whole lot, but they can build on this. Let's see how much damage they can do. Khaldor can obviously just start to take things down very, very quickly here. That's exactly what he's currently attempting to pull off. They break the wall and they go for the fort. Probably won't be able to take the entire thing down, but even if you're just doing a bit of damage, that's already worth a lot. This is exactly where they are right now. So a bit of damage done, rotation towards the middle, where they're doing the same thing. They're moving in for the wall, and they drop it. So yeah, 2 walls destroyed, a little bit of damage at the bottom fort. That's fine. First objective, it's pretty sweet. That's about as much as you can expect in that situation. They're not gonna get anything absolute and utterly insane out of that spot. So, about as good as it gets here for them. Yeah, nicely done. Well played. Now, with level 9 already on the board now, we're having, in the middle of the map, still Zeratul trying to look for a victim. Wants to go for Leo if he can. Nearly completed his level 1 quest. So, he's about to, yep, there it is. Quest reward is in. Shadow Hunter is completed. Still a play made for Diablo, but Medivh paid attention. Medivh, by the way, is sitting on 20 stacks, so he is currently at the halfway mark. With the stacking progress. And on the upside also, a bit of head experience. Nothing crazy, but yeah. So, as is, we're now looking at Malevolence. Not a full Felflame build or anything just yet. There's the Apocalypse, Leyline. No surprises. The one talent in question was Diablo, whether he goes for Lightning Breath or Apocalypse. Apocalypse is of course great if you're looking for a wombo, but a lot of teams are deliberately not going for it because it can be interrupted. You lose 2 cooldowns if it happens, so you have to be really sure that it works out for you. No Wailing Arrow. Sylvanas is going for Mind Control. Mind Control, Tranquility, we get Might of the Nerazim, so Zeratul is starting to become a lot more dangerous now. Yeah, Mind Control they go for portal control here. Portal control is super important. I talked about this in the last Medivh game that we saw. Stukov is a really nice hero against Medivh for that reason. ETC can be nice, Malfurion. You want to control everything that goes in and out of the portal, and one of the tools that was just now used is mind control by Sylvanas, as they were hoping to use that to lock anyone that moves in out. Fall's dead. Probably dead. Has to gust. Gets maybe a bit of help here. There's the Apocalypse, and he's gone. They went deep on the art buttons for this, but they got the kill. Sylvanas in the meantime, pew, 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 is sitting down at the bottom of the map and is just getting some structures destroyed, taking one tower down. Yeah. Gia's still not done with this quest, of course. That's maybe a little bit of a concern for him. He needs to be a bit cautious. You don't want to waste all of your cooldowns if you're in that spot, specifically when you're getting closer to completing the quest. In an ideal world, you want to hold some back and then use them when they're really needed. They're also burning not only the minion wave down the bot lane, but they're also going very quickly now for that fort. They really want the entire thing. Objective is up. It's time to party. Nobody has a level 13 advantage yet. If anybody could go for it, then it's the red team. Haven't made any moves for it just yet, but there's a chance, of course. Yeah, going for dibbles. Mind control. Everything is on him. He's still fine, though. Tries to get the swamp. Ancestral is out. And can they go for Malfurion? He's so low, and even the Entomb gets dropped on him. And that is the end of Malfurion. He is destroyed. No chance for him. Zeratul is at the top now, pushing for a fort here. So they're going for some macro play too. But the objective is again going to go over to the red team, as they're now sitting on 28 stacks already. They're going to go for the 30 super quickly. 26 stacks now for Gia. Definitely not a priority for him to complete this just yet. And at the bottom of the map, they're also pushing this out. I kind of like what Team Sven is doing. They're losing the fight, so instead they're moving on to the lanes and they're pushing as much as they can for forts. You won't be able to do this past the forts, but even just destroying a wall or two is already nice. 13 is ready for both teams. That gives us a bit of synergy between the 13 and the level 1 talent, as he continues with the Fell Flame build with the Fell Armor. Push in the middle, of course, continues too, as the Mortar Punisher is in. They want to go for Gul'dan, but he still gets enough assists to survive. Leo is going for the bottom of the map, so he will likely drop the fort now. And they're trying to do some damage in the middle of the map too. But yep, bot lane is gone. Bot lane fort is now going to be destroyed. Medivh on 29 stacks. 30 stacks. He's getting closer. One hit at a time. And they want Zeratul. Yeah. Can they get him? Ah, they didn't get the wall stun. If they get the stun, he might die. He might actually fall. 3 kills to 0. Not a single kill yet for the blue team. They haven't gotten one. And Sylvanas is now down at the bottom of the map. Yeah, they're pushing that back out. Easy play for them. If they can go for the fort again, then of course great. But structurally, they've taken a bit of a backseat here. So, yeah. It's an interesting game, more so because of the situation that we're in with the 1-0 lead for Team Gia than anything else. Because Gia is now at 31 stacks, so he's going to get stronger with Medivh if he's able to get this completed. Zeratul is trying to play around him. And this also explains his level 4 choice a little bit. He's really just going for structural damage. He's not necessarily looking only at teamfights here, but one of the goals is really to just get these auto attacks with level 4 and that attack speed and take down structures. Now he gets punished here and gets killed. Leyline, sorry, not Leyline, Entomb into Apocalypse did not play out, but they might still get a kill here if they can go for, oh, maybe Frosted? I was about to say Garrosh. But they might get more than that. Look at this. They are just following them time and time again. And they're getting a second kill. Zeratul is down. Garrosh is down. Now they can steal the camp away. They have level 16 versus level 15. 5 kills to 0. Gia's team is looking good here. Again, I kind of like the play around level 4. The idea with Zeratul apparently going for structural damage and trying to play around them. And Sylvanas doing the same thing on the other lane. The problem is that when they get caught like this and killed, then they're losing everything that they're attempting to accomplish. Level 16 talents are now available. That gives us also the Rampant Hellfire. And yeah, they've taken the fort out in the middle. They're taking out the fort at the top very likely next. And the passive experience increase is already starting to kick in. It's not a mad advantage between the two, but the second fort has just now fallen. And this gap is, of course, only going to be widening. So, yep. We go for the birdie again. And Ether gets saved. Gets saved, but barely. Sylvanas, on the other hand, no way. No way. Beautiful. Beautiful play here by Falstad. And just in time. Now, they still lose the fort, but it could have been so much worse. Have a look at this. She gets caught, and then the perfect timing on the gust. Sylvanas somehow makes it out, and this happened after Falstad already nearly got killed. So these are some cool plays that they're still able to pull off. Camp at the top lane, that's obviously a huge problem now. 16 versus 16 talent, so at least on the talent level there even. But now the top lane, you have a big wave already coming in, you have a camp coming in, and there's soon going to be catapults too, as they are fighting at the bottom of the map for the objective. So as time continues, that bot lane could become an issue, and the keep could take damage. So they are a bit on the clock here. And with 17 stacks to 0, Team Gia is pulling ahead. 37 stacks for Medivh, by the way. 37. At this point, you gotta be a little bit anxious. So yeah, gets the connect. 38. Leyline is out. Apoc. And they get Garrosh. Garrosh is dead. 39 stacks for Medivh. He's completing his quest. And still not a single kill for Team Sven. They're losing too much ground. They're getting absolutely farmed. They're getting totally farmed here. Right now, Team Gia is turning the Nexus into a farming simulator. 9 kills, 2-0. Wall at the top has been destroyed. Now they're dealing with the camp. But the push through the bottom of the map is going to come up next, as they've even taken the camp in the middle of the map. Leo is pushing the mid lane out a little bit. Down here, they want to do more damage. They're 2 levels ahead now. And this is just not a great game for Team Sven. It's not working. It's just not working. Sylvanas might have the top damage in the game. Who cares? She's at 42,000. Gul'dan at 37k. But at the bottom of the map, they are suffering. And this is a Frozen Punisher, the strongest in the game. And they're losing that keep. Calling it right now. That keep is gone. No chance. Core, different story. You might be able to still save this, but 20 is so close. If they get a kill or two, and there's the Entomb, they might be able to do a little bit more. Stun into the Entomb wall. It's one of the beautiful things when you're playing Diablo and Leo. And Zeratul is dead. Now, Serenia and Gul'dan is also a little bit low, and they have to be careful that he doesn't get destroyed there either. But now level 20 talents are ready. Falstad, Apocalypse play, Hellgate play. And now that's it. 2-0 for Team Gia. Great performance. Not a single kill for Team Sven on map number 2. And the red team walks away with a flawless victory on Infernal Shrines and secures themselves another match win on Playday 3. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.